God damn.
He sets traps and he's got ridiculous one-punch knockout power too. He's just such an interesting fighter because his style is so different from everybody else. He's so conservative in the early rounds, throws so few punches, and he lets you work. He lets you work and you're backing up and you're always afraid of that power, and he's just moving in, trying to find that opening where he just gets in there.
It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away.
Boxing experts are shocked by Gervonta "Tank" Davis' incredible punching speed and training ahead of Lamont Roach showdown. On the other end, Big Tim believes the world will soon see one thing for sure, that Lamont Roach is ready, and he's going to surprise everyone. He thinks more people are starting to recognize who Roach is, both as a fighter and a person. According to Big Tim, Roach is an outstanding fighter and a true world champion. He's confident that on March 1st, Roach will deliver a performance that will truly shock the world.
One thing I can say, he's ready. And he will shock the world. I think a lot of people are now starting to realize and know who he is, not just as a person, but as a fighter. And he's a hell of a fighter. He's a great world champion. And he's going to put it on display March 1st. He's going to shock the world. He's going to shock the world.
Tim further said that Tank won't go down without a fight. They'll take him down. But in the end, Tank is going to get his ass.
It depends, Tank don't want to submit, lay down, we're going to put him down. But overall, he's going to get ass.
Yeah.
However, Michael Fox said that this fight is definitely going to be competitive. Both Tank and Lamont are very impressive boxers, and many people forget that Tank is a big puncher as well. This fight will be like a chess match, with both fighters trying to outsmart each other. It's not going to be easy for either one, and Tank's knockout power will be a big factor, but it's not just about that.
The thing about both fighters, Tank and Lamont, they're both very impressive boxers. A lot of people forget that just because Tank is also a big puncher, but this is gonna be chess. It's gonna be chess. It's gonna be both guys trying to one up each other a bunch of times. So it's definitely not gonna be sweet. We know Tank had the equalizer, but
the biggest difference when comparing Tank and Lamont to Tank's previous opponents is how unique Tank is. Michael Fox pointed out that Tank fights differently than anyone he's faced before. In the past, Tank was known for his athleticism and boxing skills, but now, with his punching power added to his arsenal, he's even more dangerous. This fight will test both fighters' boxing skills and their fight IQ, making it about more than just looking for the big shot.
I feel like Lamont versus Tank's other opponents, we all know Tank a different way than everybody he's fought against previously. Just in the sense of I know the last thing that came to Tank's arsenal was the punching power. Before that, he was athletic. He was a very impressive boxer. So it's gonna, it's not just him looking for the big shot. This is gonna challenge both of their boxing skills and both of their fight IQs, Tank and Lamont.
Moreover, Conor Benn expressed frustration with Gervonta Davis, saying that Davis talks about wanting big fights but then avoids real offers. Benn criticized Davis for making bold claims about wanting a fight, only to then send a low offer. He explained that if there was a legitimate offer, it would have been handled properly, and his promoter was ready to make the fight happen. Benn pointed out that an initial offer was sent, but Davis's team didn't respond as expected, indicating they weren't serious about the matchup.
I don't know Lamont Roach, but when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at these other fights that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come come at me and go, oh yeah, let's give it all, very big bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick, and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over, and then you fight for 15 million, and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do that.
Benn continued, stating that the first offer of $50 million was just a starting point and that there was room for negotiations. He felt that Davis, or his team, didn't fully understand the negotiation process. Benn emphasized that if Davis was truly interested in making the fight, he would have engaged in the discussions instead of making excuses.
Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. You know, but was it Unquile didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about, 50 million. First offer. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
Shakur Stevenson shared that Lamont Roach is concentrating on his next match, whereas Gervonta Davis appears to be paying more attention to him. Shakur also revealed that he intends to place a bet on Lamont Roach to come out on top.
Honestly, he got a fight next week, right? So it seemed like he focused on me, and Lamont Roach is focused on him. I think I'm going to go put my bet in on Lamont Roach.
However, Joe Rogan praised Gervonta "Tank" Davis for his unique style, calling him an exciting fighter. He explained how Tank sets traps by being patient, allowing opponents to work while staying cautious with his punches. Rogan highlighted Tank's powerful one-punch knockout ability, noting that he strikes with pinpoint accuracy when he finds the right opening. His approach is different from others, making him fascinating to watch.
He sets traps and he's got ridiculous one-punch knockout power too. He's just such an interesting fighter because his style is so different from everybody else. He's so conservative in the early rounds, throws so few punches, and he lets you work. He lets you work, and you're backing up, and you're always afraid of that power, and he's just moving in, trying to find that opening where he just gets in there. Damn.
Moreover, Sean Porter thinks that Lamont Roach may not last long once he takes a hard shot, suggesting the fight could end quickly if Roach is hit cleanly. However, he points out that Roach has endured punches before, so if he manages to stay on his feet, the fight could become more competitive. Although Porter believes there are more suitable opponents for Tank Davis, he still sees this matchup as a worthwhile one.
It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fighter in our hands, you know? I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis, but this is a good fight for him.
Joe Rogan is highly impressed with Gervonta "Tank" Davis's fighting style, viewing him as a one-of-a-kind fighter with remarkable patience. Tank doesn't rush, even when opportunities arise, instead waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Rogan points out that during his training for Lamont Roach Jr., Tank is concentrating on improving his skills and fine-tuning his timing. Although his punch count is lower in the early rounds, Tank's confidence in his knockout power is unwavering. Rogan admires Tank's calm and composed demeanor, knowing that his power can alter the course of the fight in an instant.
I'm a giant Gervonta fan. Yeah. That guy is so unusual. Yeah. His style so unusual, and his patience.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician, Mexican style, and the fight was very close before Tank stopped him. But he has that power that can end it.
He finds these openings, he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient. Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds. But he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can crack you, most likely he's going to take you out. He's got massive confidence.
However, Ako Yi also expressed skepticism about Lamont Roach's ability to challenge Gervonta Davis, arguing that Roach doesn't pose a real threat to Davis. He believes that Davis won't be fazed by Roach's power, and, while Roach is a solid boxer, he lacks the speed, strength, and inside fighting skills to truly test Davis. Ako Yi emphasized that Roach's boxing abilities aren't strong enough to cause trouble for Davis, and his punches are unlikely to make an impact.
Roach, I don't think he has anything that would threaten Gervonta at all. I don't think Gervonta is going to respect his power. So if you don't, I mean, you can box as good as you want. He can box, you know what I mean? So what advantage, if any, in any category of the game could you say Lamont Roach has in this fight? He's not quicker, not stronger, you know what I'm saying? You're not better on the inside. You can box, but you're not the superior boxer, and you ain't got no pop. So whatever you do have, it don't scare him. And you don't even overwhelm him in those categories. Like if you were such a great boxer, you know, where he can't find you, then you could say, okay, he can stay away from him all night on that bicycle. He don't got that.
Okoye pointed out that Roach's main strength is his body work, as he's known for breaking down opponents by targeting their body. However, he questioned whether Roach would even have the chance to get close enough to Davis to use this strategy, considering Davis's ability to control distance and avoid pressure. As the smaller fighter, Roach's chances are slim, as he doesn't have a clear advantage in any critical area of the fight.
So, and then his claim to fame, in my opinion, is Roach is great at, you know, going to the body. Like, he'll chop you down to the body, but do you want to get that close to Gervonta to do that shit? No. So what advantage in any part of the game or any facet of the game can you say Roach has? And you the smaller guy. Really, because you say, Gervonta ain't big, but he a fat boy. He like Canelo. He a fat bull that shrink down to his normal frame. So he a big bull compared to a Roach. He not a little dude. I mean, Gervonta not as little as he seems. Like he a sturdy boy, Paul.
Moreover, Coach Bullet expressed confidence in Gervonta Tank Davis, stating no one can beat him unless they present a real challenge. He praised Tank's experience and fighting IQ, noting no opponent has made him panic. Regarding the Lamont Roach fight, Bullet acknowledged that while Tank could hurt Roach if focused, great fighters sometimes lack motivation for certain matchups. He suggested that Roach's trash talk might ignite Tank, making the fight more exciting and competitive.
He doesn't have a chance. Tank is a very experienced, high IQ. You know, the only person that could have beat Tank was Rolly. I keep telling people that. Nobody's going to beat him because they don't bring nothing to the table to make him scared, to puzzle him, to make him, panic or open his eyes like a deer in headlights. So this fight with Roach, I mean, it's Tank selling the fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody saying, hey, but it's boxing. I'm gonna give you 1,000. If Tank could get himself up to really fight this kid properly, he could really hurt him bad. But sometimes a good fighter, it's hard for him to get up for certain fights. And that's what I see in boxing a lot of time for many years. So I'm glad Roach is talking some mess to him, so maybe he'll put a little fire in him so we can see a good fight.
Okoye further concluded by saying that while Roach's fight against Davis is a great career opportunity, he believes Roach won't be able to handle Davis's power and skill. He views the fight as a good chance for Roach to boost his name, but predicts Davis will win convincingly.
I don't think Roach is going to bring anything to the game that Gervonta respects at all. And if he don't respect your power, it's good night. So it's good night. I think Roach going to, in my opinion. Good fight for his career, though. You know what I mean? It's good. You got it on your name.
Zab Judah expressed strong support for Gervonta Tank Davis, calling him his guy. He praised Tank's southpaw style, remarkable power, and solid boxing skills. Judah mentioned that Tank is currently in training camp, working hard to prepare for the fight. He's confident that Tank will deliver a flawless performance and come out victorious, while looking impressive in the process. Judah also shared his excitement to see what the future holds for Tank after the fight.
I mean, listen, man, y'all know what's up. Y'all know why I stand out with Gervonta, man. Gervonta, that's my guy. Left-hander, dynamite, power, explosive, you know what I'm saying? Good boxing ability. He's in training camp right now, he's putting that work in, and I mean, I expect him to be flawless. I expect him to win the fight and look good, and and let's see whatever happens next. You know what I'm saying?
Gervonta Davis's camp is known for its intense training, led by Coach Calvin Ford. The main focus is on refining Davis's skills, boosting his knockout power, and ensuring top physical condition. Mental preparation and strategic planning play a vital role, making sure Davis is fully prepared to face any challenger in the ring. However, Calvin Ford discussed the long-standing history between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, mentioning their connection dating back to the amateur Silver Gloves days. He believes this familiarity will add an interesting dynamic to the fight, as Roach always competes at his highest level. Ford also supported the matchup, despite some criticism, stressing that it offers a valuable opportunity for both fighters and the community. He commended Roach for stepping up to the challenge and said it would be an exciting matchup for fans to enjoy.
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from the amateurs, Silver Gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach he come to fight. And I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach? Because he signed and took the fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for the community.
Trainer Barry Hunter asserts that Tank Davis is among the top stars in boxing, alongside Canelo Alvarez, which is what makes this fight so captivating.
Tank is one of the faces of boxing, along with Canelo Alvarez. It would be huge to knock one of them faces off that Mount Rushmore of boxing.
He also mentioned that Tank has no intention of losing, which will only increase the excitement leading up to the fight.
I know Tank hate losing. Lamont damn sure don't want to lose, so it's gonna make for a good fight, man.
Moreover, Mikey Garcia also praised Gervonta Tank Davis, describing him as exceptionally talented, skilled, and experienced. Garcia pointed out that Tank has encountered nearly every fighting style and possesses incredible knockout power. He highlighted Tank's confidence and mindset, making it difficult to bet against him. While acknowledging Lamont Roach's abilities, Garcia believes Tank is most likely to win, given that he has consistently proven himself in every fight.
Tank is very talented, very skilled, and also very experienced at this point now. He's fought and seen pretty much every style there is, and his power is tremendous, where he has that knockout punching power, and he's got the confidence to do it, and you just see his demeanor. He's just confident. He knows he's gonna, go out there and execute, and so it's hard to go against Tank. Yeah. Again, not to disrespect his opponent Roach, but I think Tank is a beast, and he's been proving it every fight. He probably will win this fight as well. Again, it's hard to say and go against Tank. He's proven himself.
Clarissa Shields acknowledged Lamont Roach's strong amateur background, noting his skill as a fighter despite many overlooking him. She also praised Gervonta Tank Davis, calling him tough and talented. While they've had differences, she emphasized their mutual respect for boxing. When asked if the fight was pay-per-view worthy, Shields confidently said she would buy it, expecting both fighters to showcase their technical skills, with Tank's power being a key highlight.
Tank and Lamont Roach, is that the right opponent for Tank?
I don't know why everybody is kind of sleeping on Lamont, but he has a decorated amateur career too. He's a very steady kid. He's very skilled. Tank is Tank, and when I say Tank is Tank, I mean like he's a bad man. He can fight. He's tough. I know we had our dispute back and forth, whatever. But at the end of the day, when we talk about just boxing, he's a good fighter, and I look forward to watching that fight.
Is this a pay-per-view fight though? Would you buy it?
I bought any fight that Tank has had pay-per-view, and I think that Lamont Roach is worth watching. I think that this fight is going to be very technical, very skillful. As always, we're going to see the power of Tank on display.
Reflecting on her connection with Roach, Shields mentioned knowing him from their amateur days and described him as a great person. She recalled him wishing her good luck before her fight. When asked how Roach could win against Tank, Shields playfully declined to share any strategies, joking that revealing her plan would make her an excellent trainer. She made it clear she wouldn't give away any secrets, staying loyal to her own methods.
And Lamont Roach, do you have a relationship with him?
I know him from the amateurs too. He cool. He can fight. He wished me luck on my fight. Hey, let the best man win there.
If he's to be successful, how would he do that?
To beat Tank?
Yeah.
Now you want me to give somebody the game plan on how to beat Tank?
Dude, you'll be a great trainer because you have the skill.
Don't like me, so I ain't gonna give nobody the recipe to beat him. So you can take me later, my nigga.
Bozy Ennis shared his thoughts on a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., calling it an interesting matchup. While he acknowledged the fight's excitement, Ennis leaned towards Tank as the likely winner. He believes Tank's blend of skill and knockout power would give him the upper hand in the ring.
I think it'd be a good fight, man. Him and Tank. I think it'd be a real good fight, man. You know what I mean? I think I would have to go with Tank, though. I would have to go with Tank. You know what I mean? But I think it's a real good fight. You know what I mean?
Oscar De La Hoya recognized Lamont Roach as a skilled fighter, but expressed concerns that Roach may be outmatched against Gervonta Tank Davis. He praised Tank's remarkable abilities, calling him a beast who is fully dedicated to his training and always enters the ring in peak condition. De La Hoya acknowledged that it would be a tough fight for Roach, but highlighted Tank's experience and commitment to the sport, giving him a clear edge.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle.
Teofimo Lopez shared his thoughts on a potential fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., highlighting their long history growing up near each other in Washington, D.C. Lopez noted that they've competed against each other in the amateurs and likely sparred as well, making them very familiar with each other's styles. He believes the fight could be interesting, but only if Tank allows it to be competitive.
All the history, you gotta love it. What do you think about Tank versus obviously?
Oh, Roach?
Yeah, Roach.
Well, they've known each other for so long now. You know, they grew up nearby in DC, and I think overall, I think it's gonna be a good fight for as long as Tank wants it to be.
Greg Hackett shared that Lamont Roach's best chance against Gervonta Tank Davis is to cut off the ring and limit Tank's power. He advised Roach to smother Tank when possible, use a strong jab, and stay focused. Hackett warned Roach not to overcommit, as it could lead to mistakes Tank would exploit. While acknowledging the difficulty of the fight, Hackett noted that anything can happen in boxing, making the outcome uncertain.
For him to really beat Tank, he's gonna have to cut Tank off. He can't let him develop those moments of power, like when he generates his power. When he got to catch him while he's trying to tweak the power, and not catch him as in getting a shot off, but he got to smother him at times. He got to stay behind a good jab. And he got to be sturdy, man. He just got to be with it. Can't fall asleep in the ring, and you can't try to get too much and be greedy because you can get caught in between some. It's a lot he got to do in there to get the win, but like you said, any man can get the win.
Lenny Wilson shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis, stating that if Roach has a strong chin, the fight could go the distance. However, if Roach can't withstand Tank's power, Wilson believes Davis will secure a knockout. Based on his experience watching both fighters in the ring and gym, Wilson said he would bet on Tank.
So I think that if Lamont Roach got a good chin, you dig it, then it could go the distance. If he don't, Tank is gonna put him out. But it can also go the distance because Tank know how to box too. I've watched him in the ring. I've watched him in the gym. I see what he can do. You understand? So, but if I had to bet my money, I'm gonna bet my money on Tank.
Jermaine Ortiz shared his thoughts on Gervonta Tank Davis's upcoming fight, acknowledging Tank's knockout power, but pointing out that his punch output isn't particularly high. Ortiz noted that this time, Davis faces an opponent of similar height, which could make the fight more competitive. He compared it to Tank's bout with Pitbull Cruz, where Tank tried to box, leading to a closer fight than expected. Ortiz believes that if Tank attempts to box against Roach, it could backfire. Instead, he advises Tank to stick to his usual strategy of applying pressure and walking Roach down, as he does with taller opponents.
We'll see. I just think that Davis really got that knockout power. He doesn't have a lot of output. He's fighting somebody who's closer to his height. I think it would be more of a fight. I think the last time he fought somebody shorter than him was Pitbull, and he tried to box him and he came out. A lot of people didn't like that fight in the sense of I assume people thought Pitbull won the fight or it was just a closer fight. I don't think, we'll see how Davis goes. I don't think he will do as good if he tries to box him by just, being on his back foot. I think Davis should just do what he does with the bigger guys and walk him down.
So, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about Tank Davis' punching speed ahead of his fight with Lamont Roach? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and also make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.